Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the week again. I'm casting the WCG Namibia Qualifier Finals, but this is not the final match. This is round 2, and this is game number 1 between HwCpointeggs and MrD. If you have seen the last cast I did between MrD and Aeon, you saw that MrD lost to Aeon 2-0. Can MrD pull off and take HwCpointeggs to the loser brackets in this tournament? We will see. Now, MrD is a silver level Zerg and HwCpointeggs is a bronze player with very little experience. You might see on top here it says HwC. What is that? Well, that is his clan, HwC, also known as Handle with Care. Because in Namibia you have to be resourceful, you can't have printed stuff, and we have always had a lot of boxes, and always has a box logo on it and said Handle with Care. We thought, right, we don't have to print stuff, we already got it. Recycling paper and use it as our logo. Great stuff. How did HwCpointeggs get his name? Well, I know him very well, I went to school with him. And he's also a fellow clanmate of mine. HwCpointeggs was well known at the first time when he chose his nick as .exe, or in German .exe. And it later evolved from .exe to HwCpointeggs, just by pronunciation and German and all that good jazz. The drone of MrD is stealing an extractor. Well, that I guess would limit the abilities of HwCpointeggs for any high pressure. One probe is attacking, one brave little probe attacking that nasty extractor. Will it finish or will MrD cancel it and take it again? It's about to complete. Will he cancel? Will he cancel, and it completes. The drone is poking away, another drone is joining in. Well, personally I think leave the drones, leave the extractor, leave it happily as can be. It has the right to live until you have a couple of zealots to take it down. The gateway of HwCpointeggs is finishing, making a nice wall in. The spawning pool is about to finish for MrD. Oh, the MrD kills the probe of HwCpointeggs. Overlords of MrD are closing into HwCpointeggs' position. HwCpointeggs assimilator is done, but there are no probes in it. Cybernetics core is going down. Now finally 4 probes in the assimilator. Bit much, I would think. And the probe is hacking away at the extractor. Go, little probe, you can do it all night long. Extractor bleeding to death, slowly but surely. You can do it. Zealots being stacked or queued up in the gateway, not exactly the best kind of build. Cybernetics core going down. Is he going to research warp gate? Go, warp gate. Yes, the warp gate is going down. MrD is taking his expansion. Has he built any protection? A spine crawler going down close to his ramp. Green is vomiting lava, very low on energy. A roach drone going down and taking the second extractor. Will we see some early roach pushes? And it will HwCpointeggs be able to fend it off. 2 Zerglings are waiting outside to see if HwCpointeggs is indeed gonna move out or not. Well, the wall in is pretty wide. Okay, it's only that wide. The 2 zealots will not completely block it off. Might be a bit dangerous with Zerglings or Speedlings run-bys. HwCpointeggs has to be very careful to keep a sentry there to block the ramps. Zerglings are poking up. We'll see. Go. There are zealots. We are gonna go home and fight another day. And from HwCpointeggs' point of view, die sometime later. So what kind of research are going down? 3 gate. We're gonna see Robo, and HwCpointeggs is supply blocking himself. Some more Zerglings are being produced. I think these Zerglings are actually not necessary. The 2 Zerglings up front can spot any harassment that's going to come out of HwCpointeggs' base, and you should be able to drone more, because Zerg is a very reactive race and can respond very fast to any early aggression. There's no need for these defensive Zerglings. All you need to do is watch your opponent. If he moves out, produce stuff, stop droning. Now X has got his walled. 2 zealots, 2 stalkers, and a sentry. Warp gate research is about to finish. Both players have quite a bit of minerals in the bank. Not spending it very well. HwCpointeggs almost going to 300 minerals. Robo Bay is going down. Zerglings and roaches from MrD are moving down toward HwCpointeggs main. If HwCpointeggs does it right, Sentry should be able to block off the ramp and stop this aggression. We will see what is going to happen. Will MrD push? Will HwCpointeggs hold? All these questions will be answered in just a few moments, hopefully. Wargate research only done. Oh, it has been done, and this game was kind of late. The roaches and the speedlings are moving in. The ramp is nicely closed, and the force field is going down. If he kills the speedlings or the zerglings, the roaches can't shoot up. Nice blocking, nice dealing damage. Those roaches are now currently, well, moving away. Then a reinforcement comes in. X army is now looking quite threatening against those roaches. And MrD smartly moves away. Very high saturation for HwCpointeggs. Lots of probes, but that is good. If he takes his natural, he can transfer those probes. So he has a nice natural expansion. There's already a lot of probes. Observer going down. Not exactly the best option. I would actually tend more for an immortal. So I can have early damage dealer early on and get a observer only afterwards. 2 queens over here. Probably one for spread creep, creeping spread. Boop. There we go. Creep 2. Creep. Hydro is then going down. HwCpointeggs almost reaching now 1000 minerals. X, what are you doing? You're building up a trust fund. For who? Who's gonna spend those minerals? Expand, double expand, put on more gateways. That Bo facility isn't building anything, which is kind of bad. It should be producing non-stop. The probe is moving down. It's gonna take an expansion. There we go. So we can get more minerals that we are not going to spend. Because we like to have a trust fund. Invest it maybe. Or rather, keep it in the bank. You never know what the banks do, so spend it. You can't put it in gold, so put it in units. Units you control. Taking both assimilators at the same time, because he's indeed quite a bit low on gas. But he could produce some zealots just to get those minerals away. MrD is now also pumping up on quite a few minerals. Should also probably seek to expand or put on a macro hedge, which I'm currently not seeing. We got layer tech, and MrD is moving down again with a couple of roaches. HwCpointeggs is moving away to kill an overlord. Overlords are dangerous. They've got so many eyes, they see everything. We will have an encounter in just a few moments. A lot of roaches against that Zerg army, Protoss army. Force fields, block it off. Oh, bad force fielding. Should have divided the army and killed it off half. 2 unnecessary guardian shields, wasting a lot of energies on those sentries. The roaches are coming back. 1 stalker versus all the roaches. Another stalker joins in. More guardian shields. Bad force fields. Zerg is moving back, and the force fields are actually hindering HwCpointeggs more than the Zerg. Oh, and sniping a sentry. MrD is just gonna wait outside. HwCpointeggs is swapping in some more stuff. Both players with tons of minerals in the bank. People, spend your minerals. If I would be your bank manager, I would kick you as a client. Okay, probably not, because I like money. Money, money, money. Give me all your money. And spend it. Both players are low on gas, and, well, our Zerg buddy hasn't taken his 2nd and 3rd gas geyser yet. I mean, Zerg is like so dependent on those gas geysers. They don't need that much minerals, but the gas. MrD, take your gas, take it. Take it, don't build a gas. An extractor. Extracted. Oh, burying the roaches for increased health regeneration. This ops is probably gonna die right about now. Overseers are in here. Oh, there are the roaches saying hello. What you doing, Ops? Overseers are moving in. Guardian shields going down. And again, not cutting the army in half. The Zealots of X are doing nothing and dying happily ever after. Some roaches got in and are being killed. Some more force fields going down. Pretty equal engagement so far. Glial reconstitution is going down again. I still haven't looked up what it is. I think it's circling attack speed, but I'm not sure. Because I am a Zerg noob. I know how to do a 6 pull and that's basically it. I'm much better with Protoss and, well, I can play Terran. We'll just leave it at that, at Terran. Okay. Zerg, I cannot play at all. I don't like Zerg. Zerg must go away. Now, MrD is taking his third expansion a bit out of the way. He should probably destroy those rocks and connect it up with creep so he can actually protect it if Mr. X, actually it's HwCpointeggs, not Mr. X, moves down to take out this hatchery. My Mr. X, or HwCpointeggs, I must stop saying Mr. X. We just call him Mr. X for this game. Mr. D and Mr. X. Much easier for me. Now, if Mr. X decided to take out this hatchery, he could very easily. The army in front is still waiting. Ops is seeing everything. X is moving up. Mr. D is not responding. The vultures are being buried and currently unburying. Guardian shields going down. Some force fields to block off. X should move his army around to take only half the army. That's what the force fields are there for. Mr. D is moving back. X has got an ops up here. Currently not checking much. And Mr. D finally took his gas. Of course, probes love gas. You see how happy those probes are with the gas? Yummy. Yum, yum, yum. Nom, nom, nom. Expansion. 2 drones mining. You could probably transfer a couple of drones. Let's see. 35 drones against 55 probes. Very, very unusual. Normally we see Zergs with a much, much higher droning numbers than any TOS or Terran player. Currently on the field 4 Zealots, 1 Immortal, 15 Stalkers, 3 Sentries. And for the Zerg 7 Hydras, 18 Zerglings, 31 Roaches. Now the Roaches are actually cheap on minerals and gas, but they're expensive on food. You wanna get stuck on Roaches for the mid-game. You want those higher tier units like Ultralisk, Infestus, Broodloss, Corruptors and all that funky stuff. Which I absolutely hate, but I can deal with it. Tunneling claws going down, so those Roaches can burrow underground and move into the base. But there are cannons up here, and they will see everything. We have High Templars on the field for HwCpointeggs. Now, if the stones can be right, he will be able to decimate this army quite easily. 3 High Templars. The Size Storm is almost complete. Still a couple of seconds more left for those High Templars to storm away. The Zerg has currently got a nice contain on the TOS. Unable to move out. A creep highway is starting to spread. Ops is just hanging about. Hey man, nothing going on here. It's so boring. And there's creep below me. Yuck. Another ops over here. Not much scouting going on. What is HwCpointeggs gonna do? Is he gonna cannon rush the observer, the overlord? The probe with his minerals and his whatever he's got. Is he gonna build a cannon? Will he cannon rush the overlord? Will the overlord survive? Will he survive? Oh, currently he's still surviving. Anyway, Zerg is messing up an army. 163 supply to 144. Now, if those storms can do the right kind of damage, HwCpointeggs might be able to get out of this. The Zerg is moving in. He's fighting in. Any storms going on. And nice storms hitting the much of the Zerg army. The Zerg is retreating. Zerg is taking quite a bit of damage and is moving back. And another very nice storm. Lots of roaches are hurting. Buried Zerglings, buried Hydras, but X got an observer. What are you doing, Mr. D? He can see you. And another nice storm going down. And another one. Mr. D, move back. And what are the High Templars doing up in front? They can't attack. They should be kept behind your army. More High Templars, but will there be enough for Storm? Not so far. And the High Templars are getting sniped. Oh, this looks bad. Point X is moving back, but he's got a couple of cannons now to assist. No reinforcements from MrD. Will Point X be able to hold? Can he do it? Can he do it? I think he can. And the entire army of MrD got killed. Now, if Mr. X, or Point X, plays it right, he should be able to counter-attack and just eliminate. Now, there are too many roaches. Point X will have to do something else. Get some of more of those immortals. It's going down. 2 gateways, which hasn't been warped to warp gates yet. Oh, Point X. And another one over here. My god, Point X. Point X! What are these cannons doing over here? Scout his main. Do you see a spire? No, you don't. Oh, Point X. And what are these probes doing here? Having a party. Party time. Hey guys, you can work. We have a tea party. The Union told us we can have a party all day long. Ain't that great? Point X is now finally taking a third base. Both players again with tons of money in the bank. MrD spend it. Oh, he did spend it. He spent it on what? Hydros. Whoa. Charge has gone down for the Zealots. Mr. Point X is moving out only very slowly with cannons. I don't really like these much cannons. Too much static defense. Just sits there and does nothing. Unless the Zerg actually moves in. And with Zerg speedling counter rush, he will able to get into your base anyways. Both players being pretty passive right now. Point X being very passive with his probes. Probes having a party. Over situation. Probes just hanging around. A robo facility that's doing nothing. Zerg is moving down again. Did he see the expo of Point X? He should know it's now, it's there, because of that pylon. He is moving down, those 3 cannons won't hold for long. Point X is responding to the threat of the Zerg. Will we see nice storms again? And a very nice storm, taking a lot of damage to the Zerg. And another one! We're gonna see more storms. And another storm, and another one. The Zerg is being decimated. Point X can't see the burrowed stuff in the ground, and it's just dyingly happily ever after. Well, it's an advantage. You don't have to dig a grave. The ruins are already burrowed. You can just stay there and watch. Pretty efficient for the Zerg, if you can't ask me. Saves those costs on burial ground. Zerg is trying to snipe the High Templars. And the probes decided to go back to work. Guess the strike is over. Transfer some probes, Point X. No drones in this harvester. More roaches coming about. I actually think MrD should take the risk and expand, and just expand and just go for the broodlords. Macro hatch in the main. And he's still got minerals in this main. Well, not much, but at least something. 63 against 48 workers. Point X has got a lot of workers, which is good, but just too many of them at one base. MrD finally expanding and taking his third expansion. Instead of having your unit just hanging around the map doing nothing, kick down those rocks. Rocks have no reason to be there at all. They have no right to survive. They are rocks, they're destructible. Destroy them! You can do it! Do it! Nah, I guess MrD likes those rocks. Probably like kind of pretty, I don't know, from a Zerg point of view. And the speed creep, yeah, not crap. Not crab, yeah, there's indeed some crab, is converging onto Point X base. Making a nice highway. Whoosh. More static defense is going down. And the Zerg is now moving down the Kalahari Highway. And now it's off creep on the salt roads of Swakopmund. What? Swakopmund? What is this? Now this is the coastal town of Namibia, a very tourist place. If you ever visit Namibia, see Swakopmund. And the roaches and the Zerglings are moving in, and some nice storms going down. The Zerg is taking a lot of damage. MrD has to retreat. He barrels so his roaches can heal up back to full health. All roaches are back to full health. The expansion of MrD is finally completed, but is doing so far nothing. And Festus are currently on the field. He should be able to get a nice fungal off to lock the Protoss army in place. Unbarrel those roaches, MrD! MrD! And Storm's going down onto the barreled roaches, taking a lot of damage. MrD is retreating, he should probably burrow them. HwCpointeggs is moving back. 6 High Templars are on the field, with quite a few Storms ready. The infestors of MrD are moving forward. What is their plan? See how slow they are off creep. Just gonna burrow over here. Just to chill. Protect this non-existent expansion? Well, I don't know. You can't actually move into the base. There's just way too many cannons over here. Oh my gosh. I don't want to run here. Infestors. Infestors. There are cannons. You should scout. Send a Zergling up ahead. And don't lose your infestors. Watch out, MrD. Yes. Go home. You can't go there. HwCpointeggs sees and infested taverns going down. All those speech balls. But they shouldn't be able to take out a single cannon. Yes, that's the entire army of X is now coming down. Oh, and indeed took out a cannon and another cannon. Unbelievable. We destroyed 300 minerals worth of cannons. Incredible. And lost quite a few energy and took a lot of damage on those infestors. Wasser spent it on fungal growth, lock the Zerg, the Protoss army in place. Or perhaps even neural parasite, one of the High Templars, and storm HwCpointeggs army with his own High Templar. Now that would be just sad. HwCpointeggs is now finally putting on the aggression at the 31-minute mark. Is he gonna move out? He is moving out. 166 supply to 178 supply. MrD is supply blocked. And this expansion, which is so young and fresh with only a couple of drones, is going to go down. The barreled infestors are going to move in. Probably going to die. Bootloads are nagging away at the Stalker. HwCpointeggs now ending his aggression. Is moving back, but the Zerg army might catch him off guard. And he has to engage. Oh, the High Templars all up front, getting some storms off. Yes, I should probably deactivate. Yes, now I'm gone. Hi, Nikolai. I'm casting. And storms going down. More storms, more storms. Oh. All the roaches are hurting pretty bad. The cannon's doing the right amount of damage. MrD has to move back. And burrowing again. MrD, HwCpointeggs has gotten Ops. If the Ops is still alive and you didn't kill it, well, it's probably still there. And HwCpointeggs now, for the first time in the match, is taking the supply lead. Now, is the Zerg going to reproduce his army? I don't think so. He's happily with his... Oh, cannons, no! Hello, I have Ops. You're going to die. Goodbye. Thank you for calling MTC Customer Services. And some more roaches. If a lot of roaches don't work, just produce more roaches. One day it will just work. X has got a nice little army. High Templars, Zealots, Stalkers and Immortals. And a single infestor from MrD. Come on, HwCpointeggs. Yeah, he's finally taking down those rocks. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Now, HwCpointeggs, are you gonna put on the aggression and kill the Zerg? You can do it. What are you waiting for, HwCpointeggs? 1,300 and 1,700 gas in the bank for HwCpointeggs. HwCpointeggs. Some Hydras are coming into the mix for MrD. But this army of HwCpointeggs is finally moving forward, taking out those creep tumors and moving back again. The creep is moving away. It's like a street that is not being serviced and you have lots of potholes as the street starts to disintegrate. HwCpointeggs hoping to expand to this nice and juicy gold expansion so he can get more minerals to put on the bank. Army staying over here. Army staying over there. Nothing much going on. PointX is moving around the map. Is he going to engage? No, he is not going to engage. No, no. No, 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 no. I like my army right here where it is. And the Zerg, well, the Zerg can do what he wants. I'm just going to stay here happily with my army. And MrD is back to supply block. And he's moving out. If I'm supply block, I better gotta kill my army so I can produce more stuff. So I can free up supply. Interesting tactical decision by MrD. And he's moving in. Will there be some nice storms again? The Nexus is not getting built. And some nice storms going down. The Zerg is taking a lot of damage. Everything, all the Hydras under red health. Where are those High Templars going? I'm running away. 3 Immortals. And some more Stalkers coming in. PointX is smartly moving back, but he should be able to take all those very damaged Hydras. That one is chronically dead. That one is about to die. This buddy here is still got in good health. Probably has a medical plan. MrD taking another expansion. And PointX has assimilated his army back again and is taking out those remaining Hydras. Good. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Overseers flying by to see everything dying. Now, this is a very, well, interesting game. Very passive, nothing much going on, no drops, no broodlords, new Mutalisks. The only high-tech unit we actually have seen is the High Templar. And from all the games I have casted so far, this is probably the most high-tech game. We have seen Infestors not doing much of anything, except dying, and High Templars getting off some nice storms. But both players are very, very passive. The expansion for MrD has finished, and he's transferring 3 drones. And some more drones. Queens at full energy. So many lava. I guess he doesn't have it hotkeyed. He's got 3 hatches hotkeyed. No hotkeys. And we actually have an attack going down on here. Almost missed it. Roaches are dying. And PointX takes out this army again. 123 to 69 supply. Some more Zerglings are ready to die. And die they do. Ooh, they got that High Templar. What was it doing up front? Always keep your High Templars at the back. 4 Zealots are moving out. The little army, the little cavalry. Will he be able to take out the last mining expansion of MrD? Now taking down all the drones. All the drones are dying. Oh my god, MrD, take your drones. Yes, punch and poke those Zealots. And more drones are coming in. Ready to die. Hello! What you all doing? Oh, those Zealots are doing so much damage! Oh my god! Just run away! Well, 24 minerals. If he loses these drones, he will have no income of any kind whatsoever. And all those Zealots are still alive! How can that be? Oh my god! MrD has got a gigantic problem now. If he loses this expansion, he will have to do some kind of long-distance mining. I think it's GG from MrD. And 2 roaches are coming in. Oh, a couple of more roaches. Where did these guys come from? And finally, those nasty Zealots have been taken out. So much damage by just 4 Zealots. You see, when you can just split your army, just send 4 Zealots over there, and 4 Zealots maybe perhaps over here, split the army, and do a significant amount of damage with a little investment. Instead of taking a whole army which you invested everything in and losing it as a whole. Roaches are moving up on the high ground. What are they going to do? Is a pylon to spot up here? One. Shoot the pylon! Shoot the pylon! You should be able to range without getting shot by the cannon. Yes. Yes, kite the pylon. And the pylon goes down. PointX is moving his drones away so they don't get sniped. PointX army is moving down to take out the last remaining roaches. Roaches are trying to run away! HwCpointeggs, you have a big enough army. You can do it. Just take him out. Just do and gone there are 130 to 36 supplies. This is the last attempt of MrD. And MrD has died. No attacking units anymore for the Zerg. The last remaining base and storming those drones. And the probe is trying to get into the fight and taking out the drone. Oh, the drone is being attacked by the broodlings. Oh, bad luck there. And the last mining spread and GG by MrD. HwCpointeggs takes this series 1-0. And this is Jan signing out.